Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Of course, we're going to talk about some of the things that we talked about earlier today. But then, of course, some developments that have happened during the day today. Your president being the president that he always is. This administration not working for the American people. And the countdown to health care for millions of Americans is coming due. Because Congress, next week is essentially their last week. Yeah, next week is essentially the last week because they're gonna go on holiday break. See? And you're headed for another government shutdown in January. Okay? Just so that we're clear. In January, we're headed for another government shutdown. So if you're not ready for it, if you haven't prepared yourself for that, you need to, because another one is coming. That's a guarantee. Another shutdown is coming, for sure. Not for play. For sure. We're going to have another shutdown. Because again, that continuing resolution was only to carry you for a couple of months. And it's going to do just that. And then it's going to be right back to the same issues that we've been dealing with up to this point. So just so y'all know, we're going to I'm sorry, I was checking something. I saw something and was wondering what was going on there. But that's where we kind of are trying to look to see what's going on. So good afternoon to everybody. I thank you for stopping through. I thank you for joining me this afternoon for us to talk about a whole host of things that are going on. I only ask you to do a couple of things when you're in here. If you could tap that like button, because tapping is clapping. And then if you could hit that copy link button. Copy link counts as a share, and it just helps to promote the live. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Okay? So a couple of things. A congressman has introduced articles of impeachment for Pete Hegseth, because of course Pete is lying. The whole administration is lying about all the stuff that's happening in open water. It's not going to go anywhere, just so you understand that. It's not enough people to move that item forward. So that's not going to go anywhere. Honestly, Congress needs to be more focused on health care. Well, Republicans do. I've been telling y'all for a long time the Republican health care plan, at the end of it is you die. That's like how it ends, right? And so now we're at this crossroads where the subsidies are about to expire. And Republicans have been dragging their feet for almost a decade on health care. And now we've hit the crossroads. So what are they going to do? Are they going to work to extend the subsidies, which is technically just kicking the can down the road? It's not resolving the issue at all. Hey, Miss Jackie. Hey, Delta. It's not resolving the issue at all. It's just kicking the can down the road. You understand? Hey, Kiara. That's what it's doing. It's just kicking the can down the road. Congress needs to fix the issue of health care. Or perhaps if members of Congress had the same shitty health care setup that we do, they probably would be more inclined to do something about healthcare, but they also can afford high-ass premiums. They make almost $200,000 a year. You say, TikTok, keep on following you from me. I don't know what that, Ebony girl. Well, it could be if you have if you're following over 10,000, if you're following 10,000 people already, you can't follow more than 10,000 people. So I'll tell you that. If you're doing that, TikTok won't allow it. So FYI. And then sometimes TikTok play games. That's the other side of it. They play a lot of games. Ebony, that's why I say TikTok play a lot of games. Now, I saw another story this afternoon before I came in. It said half of Americans are struggling to afford food. How many of you out here are struggling right now because of the high price of groceries and really not knowing from week to week or day to day how many groceries or how much groceries you're going to be able to buy for your family? Okay, Delta says me. Ebony says me. Yes, quite a few. That's why I was surprised at Trump yesterday in that rally he had in Pennsylvania, that he said, y'all don't know nothing about affordability. Did you see that? Trump said, y'all don't know nothing about affordability. That's just some shit that Democrats made up. He's like, you don't know nothing about affordability. Everything out here is affordable. What he was telling you was, for rich people, everything out here they can buy. So it's not a problem because it's not a problem for them. You understand? It's not a problem for them. And as long as rich people aren't hurting, there's no incentive for the system to change. Because right now they're benefiting from this system. Right now they're benefiting. If you want to change it, you're going to have to be active in changing it. I told y'all earlier, there is no Captain America. You are Captain America. You ain't got to wait till an election to change your government. You don't. You really need to go back in history and take a look at all of the uprisings that have happened in America. But I tell you what Americans didn't do in the past, they didn't wait on elections. When their government didn't work for them and was working for the wrong entities and not for them, they wouldn't stand for that. They certainly wouldn't stand around in the Times Square just going, I won't stand for this. I don't like what government's doing, but not actually do anything. You have to do something to change what's happening in your government. I saw a video earlier. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. Yep, you got to let the stocks start being affected. That's why I told y'all, don't buy shit you don't need. Rich people have to feel the pinch. And they ain't been feeling it. They're making money like crazy. So with the more money they make, the more heartless they are. They don't get more giving, right? That's not how rich people work. The more money they make, the more greedy they become, right? That's a fact. The more greedy they become. You picked up on that picture trail. I was wondering when somebody would catch. Ooh, this tea is hot. But that's what, until rich people feel the burn, there's no incentive to change. Now, I saw a video earlier today on TikTok, and I reshared that video on TikTok about this thing called surveillance pricing. I don't know if you saw my email the other day about dynamic pricing. Dynamic pricing is when they use those digitized price display items in stores. Instead of your traditional like paper price tags, they use the digital price tag. So they can change the price depending on the time of day. They call it that dynamic pricing. But there's something else, another type of pricing. There's a surveillance pricing. And guess who's behind the surveillance pricing? Instacart. I don't know how many of y'all use Instacart. I don't use Instacart. I've never used it. But Instacart is behind surveillance pricing, which is different than dynamic pricing. So surveillance pricing is when this system or this setup that they have, right, makes a decision on how much it's going to charge you or tell you, say in this example, how much it costs to buy cooking oil. And say you and I are both shopping online, looking to buy it at the same store. The price that we see on that cooking oil is based upon our buying habits, how we look for things online. It's a whole host of things that determines what price they're willing to charge you for it. Also, how much they know you are willing to pay for it as an individual. So instead of charging everybody $3.99, oh no. I might pay $3.99. You might pay $4.25. This person might pay $5. See? This is the game that's being played with us. So when y'all hear your elected officials say deregulation, this is capitalism. And just so you know, surveillance pricing is not illegal. So that lets you know Congress ain't gonna do shit to stop it from happening. You just fucked. Real shit. You just fucked. I'm sharing this with y'all so y'all can be aware when you go to the store why you see what the hell you see. You need to be shopping in small mom pop stores. If places want to use digital stickers, you shouldn't be shopping there, because that lets you know that at the bare minimum, they do dynamic pricing. And depending on the time of day, depending on who it is, depending on the time of day, the time of year, it determines how much they're going to charge you for that item. I'm telling you this because as long as we allow rich people to continue to get away with this shit, they just going to keep doing it. There's no incentive for them not to do it. You understand? There's no incentive for them not to. Because right now, Americans have just been so caught up in just paying whatever they charge. Well, I guess I got to pay it. No, you don't. You better exercise some restraint with your wallet and learn that you're in the driver's seat. You don't have to pay that cost at all. You don't have to pay that at all. They just want you to think that you do, because then you normalize paying more and getting less. Y'all already noticed the shrinkflation on your shelves. You got a smaller amount of product, but a bigger price. So you paying more and you're getting less. The thing I've been telling you all year. All year. That's why I say Congress could have done something about this by now, but they're not doing anything. Republican Congress won't stop the president from doing what he's doing, sabotaging your wallet. Because Republicans in Congress agree with what he's doing. I told y'all this ain't just Trump. This is Trump and the Republican Party. They all agree with it. Because if they didn't, Congress got the same power the president got and they can stop it. But they don't. They're just letting it happen. And lying to you and telling you there's nothing we can do. That's a whole fucking lie. Congress can pass a veto-proof law and peel back all the shit that Trump has done. But Republicans won't do it. They won't do it. So that's why, one of the reasons why we're in this situation where we are. Y'all got to learn that you are in the driver's seat in America. You let rich people coach you up. They've coached you and indoctrinated you into believing they are the people that make the world go round. That's not true. It's you and me and our fucking money. We do that. We do that. Lean into your power. Don't just give them your money just because you think you have to. Hey, Nessa. Good afternoon, beautiful. How did we do statistically with Black Friday? Well, Delta Black Friday sales are down, contrary to the lie that they try to tell you. See, the media will try to tell you this lie, because I had seen a story right after Black Friday that had said, oh, people were, it was record numbers of people and blah, 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 blah. And then I saw a news story later, much later after that said, yeah, Black Friday really wasn't popping like that. It really wasn't popping like that. Not the way, see, that's the media. See, the media, again, wants you to feel like, well, fuck, well, they shopping anyway. I might as well go out there and get me something too and see if I can get some deals. That's all that is. The media works right along with those public companies and their shareholders wanting you to buy. Nope. You need to learn to start shopping in thrift stores. Remember I told y'all you can go to the cleaners and buy really great things from your cleaners. If you don't pick up clothing in 30 days, it becomes unclaimed items. Your local cleaner sells that stuff. Do you know anybody that puts crappy shit in the cleaners? No. Go there, get yourself suits, bedspreads, all types of shit. Go to the cleaners and buy that stuff. You ain't got to buy it brand new. Not at all. You don't have to. Learn how to fix it. Remember I told you about that app, Too Good To Go? It's an app you can download in the Google Play Store, the Apple Store. And basically you can buy food for, not just food, flowers, all types of stuff for pennies on the dollar from these same places that sell it to your ass sky high during the day. See, at nighttime, they're going to have to throw that shit in the trash. Any all that extra, they got to throw it in the trash. They would rather make some money than no money. So you can get yourself some food for pennies on the dollar and make yourself several meals for a couple of days. Take advantage. I know somebody that gets fresh flowers every day from Too Good to Go. Every evening, she picks up multiple bouquets of fresh flowers. Because there are even florists in her area that have flowers that they would rather sell for pennies on the dollar than throw them in the trash. Take advantage of all those opportunities, okay? You got to mind your wallet like crazy because rich people are on a fucking tear right now. They're on a tear right now. And they're going to keep on doing what they're doing as long as it's allowed. We got to stop it. Now, I want to stop for a second, right? Now, I want to mention something to y'all, right? Okay. I'm about to talk about Erica Kirk just for a hot second. Listen, I just want to say, Sister Girl is out here living her best fucking life. Look at sis. Look at sis. I'm telling you, this woman is smiling her ass off. You heard me. She's living her best life. I ain't never seen a widow so happy in my fucking life. Every time I turn around, this chick is on either TV, at some event, but she everywhere but at home with them fucking kids. I told y'all, those kids lost their daddy, but their mama is everywhere but at home with them fucking kids. I told you. Charlie who? Okay. Conservatives wanted you to mourn more for Charlie Kirk than she does. Make it make sense. I'm supposed to cry for him. She don't even cry for him. When she do act like she crying, that tissue be dry as hell. Dry as hell. So I'm like, not having it. That's what I said back when it happened. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Man, she been seeking a new husband. I told y'all the very day that man passed, she was already like this. She was already there. She said, shit. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all up on me. I said, come on. Stop playing with it. She walked out in them leather hot pants. Remember she had them leather hot pants on when she hugged JD? I ain't never seen a widow in leather hot pants. Not that soon after her husband done passed. The money, but see, this the thing watching you. She ain't got to keep no money coming in. You understand watching you? They say Charlie Kirk was worth about anywhere between $10 to $13 million. She ain't got to. This bitch got plenty of money. This is ego shit. Understand, this ego shit. She got money. The thing is, she's never going to be able to run Turning Point because she's a woman. So at some point, know why she looking for a husband? Because she need a man to be the face of this motherfucker. That's why. It ain't for money. She want to try him out there to those men so she can make money. She can make money that way with Turning Point. Because for real, Turning Point is not going to make great money with her in the forefront of it. She's a woman. Oh, no. Not the way. Think about it. You can't talk about how women need to be traditional and your ass got a podcast. Bitch, shouldn't you be cooking, doing laundry, taking care of children? How you got time for a podcast? See, that's why I said that trad wife shit is bullshit. That's why I don't even listen to them when they start. I'm a trad wife. No, you're not. You're a fucking businesswoman. You understand? Like I used to say that about Nora Smith. Nora Smith's a businesswoman. You understand? Trad wife my ass. A trad wife would have no interest in owning a multi-million-dollar corporation. Because a trad wife would be taking care of their fucking kids. I keep trying to tell y'all, trad wife shit is a brand. It's a way to sell you shit. That's all. That's why I don't buy into that shit. Like, bitch, you got enough time to make cereal from scratch. The fuck? You got too much time on your hands. Real talk. When I see videos like that, well, The children said that they wanted some cereal made with Madagascan chocolate that I just had flown in last night. So I figured I'd get up at 2 a.m. and work 8 hours to make them cereal. So by the time my precious cargo awakens, they have this fresh oven baked cereal that mommy just made. Who the fuck doing that? Said nobody. Said nobody. I was like, I never understood it. I didn't understand it then, except to be business. That's how I saw it. Because I was like, I don't know any woman who has time for shit like this. Nobody. I mean, you got time for things here or there. Like, I have time to do things that I never had time to do when my children were younger. My children are in their 20s now. So I got time to do certain things. I literally have time to make homemade cereal. And even I don't do that shit. Like, what? Come on. Y'all remember that video when she made the homemade cereal? I was like, girl, don't nobody be making no fucking homemade cereal. Y'all got to stop watching that shit and being like, oh, it's so cute. No, it's not. She's marketing. I saw something the other day about she's coming out with a spice line. I'm saying congratulations to sis, because I give her hats off. Great businesswoman, but she ain't no trad wife. Don't fall for that shit. Like, this ain't no trad wife. Chill. She probably ain't baked no cookies, no brownies since before she got married. Once she got married and Charlie was making money, because Charlie was making money when he met her. Because otherwise she wouldn't have married him. It wasn't like he was a looker. Come on now. Who gonna on purpose have babies with a guy with gums like that? You gotta be chasing money, baby. You gotta be chasing money, homie. Ooh, that's hot. Now, you wouldn't buy Nara spices, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of women. They envy her. Oh, she makes cereal from scratch. It's like, bitch, really? That's what you're envying? That she makes cereal from fucking scratch? Okay. All right. I mean, I guess. I guess that's what we're doing. But when I saw this picture, I just wanted to share this today. Like, Miss Girl smiling her ass off. And I saw this picture after I had seen another picture, but I didn't save it, and I should have. Another picture that somebody took of JD Vance in a restaurant with his wife, and it looks like they're arguing. I'm like, child. I told y'all one of JD Vance's children is named Vivek. I told y'all. See, JD pushes this white supremacy shit, but he got brown children. He has Indian children from his Indian wife. But he right there towing the water for white supremacy. And see, before Trump 2.0 came into office, Indian Americans could actually be white adjacent and enjoy the fruits and the protections of white supremacy. Not no more. Now they've gone full throttle. 1950 racists. Remember they told y'all make America great again? That's what they was talking about. Hey, Russ. That's what they was talking about when they said make America great again. They were talking about great when we can go back and say and do whatever the fuck we want with no consequences, no repercussions. But y'all wasn't listening. So that, because one of the things I said earlier is the immigrant community, they got to break up with white supremacy. You cannot immigrate to America and think you can lay in bed with white supremacy and you're going to be protected, because you won't. Oh, it's going to eat you up. For sure. For sure. You better get you some black American friends. Real talk. Because they'll clue you in on what's really real. You say, how could a black person ever vote for Trump knowing that Trump hates them? Best way I can explain it is some people would rather be a big fish in a little pond than a little fish in a big pond. I'll say it like that. Some people don't mind being called my favorite. This is my favorite black. Some people don't mind that shit. They see that shit as a medal of honor. It's weird as fuck, but that's how they see it. I'm just telling y'all, that's how it's presented. Absolutely. I would say as we keep progressing, especially to the end of the year and into the new year, the big thing is, I'm going to tell you, like I told you before, please get together with people and start co-ops so y'all can share resources. So y'all can make sure that none of you go hungry. Ain't nobody hurting for nothing. Because you're going to need that community to get you to where you need to get to. Real shit. All of that me, I don't need nobody shit. That's not going to fly. You say, I'm just trying to figure out how they saying that the widow is 8 weeks. I haven't heard that she's pregnant. I heard she wished that she was when he passed. Because again, I'm going to tell you what she thinking. She thinking about, oh, if she was pregnant, she knows she could bring in even more. Now, then she could bring in money as a woman if she was pregnant. At first, they gave her money because they felt sorry for her. Right? She a widow. So at first, they gave her money. But then after a while, that shit wears off, right? You need another gimmick to keep them engaged, right? Because if you don't have another gimmick to keep them engaged, how else are you going to make it happen? How else are you going to get their money? So she wanted to be pregnant. She was hoping, but she wasn't. She said she wished she was pregnant when Charlie passed. Because again, it would have been a way for her to keep milking this shit all the way to the bank. Oh, I feel sorry for the widow. She ain't poor. So no need to feel sorry for her. She got plenty money. Plenty money. And it won't be, I give her a couple of years max of her getting married. Again, that's max. Because she going to breed again and have more babies. You're not going to be able to use Charlie forever. You can't prop him up forever. Oh, I'm sure Erica is saddened that there's no more socialism for her, Russ. Oh, yeah, and I'm sure he had life insurance, too. She got a great life insurance policy, plus she inherited the business. Turning Point. Remember when I read y'all her Wikipedia yesterday? The Wikipedia says she was a businesswoman. It described her as like a businesswoman. I think I still have it up. I don't know if I do or not. But it described her as I still have it here. It describes her as a businesswoman. She's a chairman and CEO of Turning Point. She's a nonprofit executive and a podcaster. They ain't say shit about her being a mama till you scroll all the way down. Well, actually, no, that's not true. They do in the second paragraph. They mention all the way at the end and had 2 children. She ain't no fucking trad wife. She ain't no trad wife. I told you they be fronting. That trad wife shit is marketing. It's a way to sell stuff to women who wish they could be trad wives. It's really to women who don't even know what a trad wife is for real, because they really glamorizing that shit. Because see, real trad wives couldn't have their own bank accounts. Women in America couldn't even have their own bank accounts till about the 70s. But old school traditional trad wives, you couldn't have no bank account. Husband controlled all the money. That was a motherfucker trad wife. Husband controlled all the money. Okay? All the money. If you do have any money that you tucking away, it's cash and you hiding it. You couldn't get no bank account to put it in. Hey, Miss Sips T. So when I see women glamorize trad wife, I'm like, you don't even know what that is. Because a trad wife was treated like property. Like, I own that woman. She my property. I can do to her, or I can do anything to her. She mine. I own her. That's trad wife. These young women have glamorized that shit. It's like, y'all don't even, there's more than one side to being a trad wife, but it certainly ain't glamorous. Not real trad wives. So when I see that, I'm always concerned about the young girls because I don't think they understand. A real trad wife is not somebody cooking dinner, but then you got a podcast. Bitch, you ain't a trad wife. You're a working woman. You're a working woman. You're a new age woman, but you're not a trad wife. Wow, you said your dad wouldn't allow her to tie her too. So, yep, so she had 8 kids. Because see, trad wives had to have babies that they didn't even want. If that man wanted to have babies, you didn't have no damn choice. Hell, not only that, he could bring home a baby from another fucking woman and you were stuck taking care of that baby because you a fucking trad wife. You a trad wife. You gonna do whatever your husband desire and whatever he need, and you not bucking back off nothing. That's why I said I don't think the young women really understand what being a trad wife is, but it certainly is not making homemade cereal. That you cosplaying as a trad wife. Real shit. You cosplaying as a trad wife. Because being a trad wife is not glamorous at all. At all. And hell, some trad wives had jobs and still didn't get to control their own fucking money. What? Y'all don't even understand what it was, some of you. Some young folk don't get it. There were trad wives who worked jobs and didn't even get to control their own money. They were treated like fucking children. Their husbands gave them an allowance. But they didn't have access to like their money. Oh no. And that's why if that woman wanted to leave that man, she left having nothing. Nothing. Why you think a lot of times women back in the day would leave their husbands and leave the kids? Not because they was just cold-hearted. They left the kids because they ain't have shit. They ain't have nothing. They ain't had no way to take care of no fucking kids. They had to leave the children with the person who had the money. The man. You said you were once told that independent working women ruined the trad wives. It did. It really did. That's a true statement. Because when women started making their own money, men no longer had control over them anymore. They no longer had control. And that was a problem. See, before they could control their property, because they could control your money, your entire life. Right. A lot of men in America feel like they're single because women have too much independence. You got too many choices. And if only America turned back to what it used to be, we wouldn't have so many single men. Not maybe these men need to do some introspection and they're single because they're trash ass men. But nobody wants to have that conversation. Instead, they'd rather try to turn back the clock. Once the cat's out the bag, you ain't putting it back in. Real shit. Women make money. And a lot of women make more money than men. So guess what's not going to happen? She not going to just take whatever. She ain't got to. She can pay her own fucking bills. She don't need you to pay bills. Real shit. She don't need you to pay bills. She needs you to be a partner. And there are a whole lot of people that don't know shit about partnership. That's where the real issues are. That part. America's in a bad way for a whole host of reasons. One of them being because folks still trying to hold on to that old school fucking mindset. Stop trying to hang on to that. But when I see that trad wife stuff, man, and Maribel, I see your email, beautiful. I'll make sure I respond to you. I see it that it came in today. I'll make sure that I respond to you. Yep, Rizma, you can do all that for yourself. And you're absolutely right, Tracina. Possession is not love. But back in the day, it was. Back in the day, it was. That's where that shit come from. That's my wife. That's this, that. That ain't your wife when she make her own money. That's the woman you married to. Yeah, it's your wife, but you don't own her. She chose to marry you. And at any point, she can choose not to be married to you. It will behoove you to understand the difference. Because that's where real happiness come into play. You said the right-wing influencers are full of it, like Erica Kirk was 32 when she got married. Exactly. Technically, when you think about it, according to influencers like Pearl, she's the funniest. Erica Kirk was an old maid when she got married. Technically, 32 is old. For conservative circles, think about it. In conservative circles, 30, they always talk about 30 in getting married in your 30s is old. They be talking about you need to do it in your 20s and this, that, and the other, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's why I say most of these conservative podcasters and influencers, they're selling a brand. That's a brand that they sell. They don't live the shit that they sell to you all. They're just selling a brand. Don't fall into that fucking trap. There is nothing there but heartache and pain. Don't fall for that shit. Yep, and some of them, you're right. Some of them more they want. Yeah, I ain't gonna say it, but I know what you mean. Just me. Not Kim, not you put the trap box there. But for women it is though. For women it is. It absolutely is. Because then what's the incentive? What's the benefit? Do as I say, not as I do. Yep. Absolutely. And that's why we're kind of hitting this head. The incels are crashing out. They're like, if only they never would have gave these bitches education, I could have tons of wives right now. That's not the issue. Hey, Brooklyn. But that's how these incels see it. Oh, society tricked you bigly because society makes you think that the pinnacle of your life as a woman is just getting married and having children. Because that was back when your identity was only connected to the man. That's it. But society changed over time. But old boomers like Donald Trump don't like that shit. Because dudes like him need that old school mentality. And it's a lot of people in America that need that old school mentality. Outright. They lean into that shit. They lean into it. I'm sorry, I'm checking something. I just saw something. Now, listen, I know I got folks in here from South Carolina, so I want to share this and tell you this because I love you and you need to protect yourself. But I'm reading this story. They say the U.S. is facing second measles surge this year as outbreak accelerates in South Carolina. Protect yourself from them fucking freedom freckles. The only reason why we have in this issue, what do we call them? Freedom freckles, patriot pimples. The only reason why that shit is happening is because people don't believe in science. And they done let hacks like RFK Jr. lead America's health right into the damn trash can. That's what happened. Because we shouldn't even be seeing stories like this in America in 2025. Remember, this is the same president that was dealing with America when we had the pandemic. And we know how that turned out. Over 1 million Americans didn't make it. They didn't make it. They got their, what do they say? They got their Herman Cain Award. We shouldn't even be having this as an issue. Yep. I still wear my mask. I'm not playing with people, and I'm not going to put myself in a situation to lose my life because other people want to be ignorant. I'm like, hell, you want to be ignorant? You lean into being ignorant. I'm going to protect myself and my damn family. Real talk. I'm going to protect myself and my family. I'm not going to sit there and just go, well, God said he would protect me. God also said if he gives you information, you're supposed to use it. So why the hell should he protect you when he gave you the fucking information? You ignored it. You're a dumbass. So you're going to get what you get. Consequences. You say why they can't wake him up? Because he's 79, Genesis. He's 79. I don't know. Listen, folks keep forgetting Trump is 70. He's the oldest living president we've ever had. Ever. So he's always going to be droopy. That's why I find it so rich that he talks so much shit about Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe, he droopy Don. He droopy Don. I call this the Jabba the Hutt version of Don. It's not too much different than the actual president of a picture of him, to be honest with you. It's just, but this one gives him a bigger nussy. This is what this, honestly, this is what the nussy gonna look like next year. Because y'all know conservatives be bad built and full of attitude. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, let me mention that too. Let's talk about that because I'm going to be wrapping up soon. So, America seized an oil tanker near Venezuela today. Y'all need to understand how Trump is agitating a whole other country. He just agitating a whole other country. Just agitating. Folks forget Venezuela also has WMDs. See, we ain't the only one that got that shit. Oh yeah, Trump wants armed conflict. That's what he wants. He wants that. He wants, oh my God, Russ. Russ says the definition of a nussy is a MAGA birth canal. I cannot. But he wants armed conflict. Real shit. Because you know why? It's a distraction from everything else that's happening. And notice you still ain't got them Epstein files. But guess what? I'm going to tell you something else that'll happen too. If we end up in armed conflict with somebody else, if you think inflation's bad now, it's only going to get fucking worse. Oh, it's going to get even worse if you go to war. It won't get any better. All of this shit that Trump is doing is all a distraction from them stealing money, the Epstein files, more stealing of money, and breaking down of your government. It's just more distractions. I told y'all, it's just a flood hole of distractions. So you just throw your hands up and just accept whatever you get. That's all. Your government is in bed right now with Saudi Arabia, which is funny to me because Saudi Arabia financed the terrorists from 9/11. Your country told you they would never forget. Shit. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Your country said, fuck it. We've moved on from that. Like, how long y'all want us to hang on to that? We trying to make money. MBS makes his rounds, and them people get down on their knees and they kiss his feet so they can get money. All day, every day, so they can get money. Because that's all anybody cares about is in this. All rich people care about is getting the money. And I'm telling you, Trump is tap dancing into a fight. But remember when he told you no new wars? Remember he told you that. Just more lies that he told you when he was running for office again. Trump was running to stay out of prison. He was running to stay out of prison. So all that shit he told you when he was running for office was just that shit. He didn't actually expect to have to make good on that type of shit. And MAGA's so stupid. Remember, we don't take him literally, just figuratively. He'll never do those things. Okay. He doing all the shit he said he was going to do. And then some. Yep, he did say Mexico will pay for the wall that they still ain't paid for. And quiet as kept, you still ain't got no full wall. That shit was marketing. And Americans have such short attention spans, they just like forgot all about the shit. Like, yeah. I don't even understand how. I don't even understand how. Yep, you're right, Kim. That's all Trump is. Marketing. And it ain't even good marketing. It's bad marketing at that. But it tells you the state of the education system in America that Americans are so fucking dumb that they couldn't even understand the conversation. Do you know that there are conservatives out there right now that believe that the word GDP, the phrase GDP, the abbreviation GDP is made up by Democrats? My God, we fucked up. This country's fucked. And keep in mind, these not young people. These are people in their 60s and 70s. They old enough to know the fuck better. They old enough to know better. But they're indoctrinated. You said the House passed a $900 million defense bill. Oh, I'm going to check into that bill then and see what's in it. I'm assuming it was a cross line. What was it, across lines? Like, was it just Republicans? Did Democrats vote with it too? Like I heard elected officials say today, if Pete Hegseth, okay, thank you, Maribel. If Pete Hegseth doesn't release the tape, we're going to withhold 25% of his travel budget. He'll only be able to use 75%. That's the bullshit that they be talking up there in Congress. What the fuck is that going to do? What is that going to do? Nothing. Stop it. They need to stop it with their fake ass outrage. Because for real, it's fake outrage because they don't do anything. Nothing. Now, y'all remember that Arizona congressman that won office and Mike Johnson waited weeks and weeks to swear her in? Like he would not swear her in when the government was shut down. He made all these excuses why he couldn't swear her in, whatever. So she says that she was pepper sprayed by ICE when she was at a taco spot. I just got some warnings from TikTok. I have no idea for what, but apparently I got some warnings in my live was limited. I have no idea for what. No, that is Photoshop. But she got pepper sprayed by ICE. A congresswoman. That's because they hired any little raggedy person off the street. Yeah, TikTok is lame now. It is. TikTok is not the platform that it was years ago. It's not. It's gone by the wayside of the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the YouTubes. Yeah. It's slowly declining right off into the sunset. Yep. Right off into the sunset. Because again, they want to keep government happy now. See? Before we didn't have to worry about that. But when Congress, a whole bunch of old people in Congress, even Democrats too, got together and decided TikTok was an enemy of the state. You know why? Because TikTok had you questioning your fucking government. And none of them liked that shit. None of them liked it. Oh no, because their old asses wasn't even really on TikTok. They didn't start really using TikTok until they voted to fuck it up. Not until they fucked it up. I see that ICE is offering that $50,000 signing bonus. Your government is going to be bankrupt. They ain't got enough money, just so y'all know. But that's a whole nother discussion. Yep, you're right, Kim. As long as they thought TikTok, but see, this is the thing. As long as they thought TikTok was a dancing app, they weren't threatened by it. It was the conversations y'all was having on TikTok. The discussions y'all was having on TikTok. You know? Oh, and I'm reading y'all. Apparently, I caught a restriction on this live tonight because, wait for it, wait till I tell y'all what it says. It says because it could contain themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. And the reason, because apparently I must have said, it said I said misinformation tonight. I'm reading the fucking news stories from reputable news sources. Yep, because you're not allowed to talk about race, Kim. Except if you being a racist. Now, TikTok will let you be racist as fuck on this platform. They'll let you be racist as fuck on this platform. But you can't be knowledgeable on this platform. And you can't call it what it is. They don't like that. Yeah, they love to report. I don't care. That's one of the reasons why I still show up, because those bastards report. So I still show up anyway. I'm like, hey, you know, oh, that's that Oracle restriction? No surprise. And so many things you can't talk about now on TikTok that we used to be able to talk about that we can't talk about no more. Because everything changed. And that's just a fact. Just a fact. Now, one last thing to tell y'all. Lauren Boebert. I want to just share this quick Lauren Boebert story. Well, Lauren Boebert has been found by the FEC. Well, she filed her filings with the FEC for her about her campaign funds. And in her filings, it showed that she used campaign funds to go see Kid Rock. I told y'all that Republicans are grifters. And there's some Democrats that are grifters too. But Republicans as a whole party, they're just fucking thieves. Stop giving them your money. Stop voting them into office. And they all do it because they're all getting away with it. Because think about it, even if you didn't want to do it, if you see everybody else in your party doing it, fuck, you gonna get money too. And that's exactly what she doing, getting money. She ain't doing the work of the people. She not doing the work of her constituents. They're not there for that. They're there to line their own fucking pockets and live their best lives while you try to figure out how to feed your family. Listen, I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. I do. We had a great time as always. We got over 46,000 likes. I appreciate that. Over 188 shares. Thank you for that. Phil, I don't know why the fuck. To me, the most egregious part of it is that she used the money to see Chris Rock. I mean, I say Chris Rock, Lord have mercy. Kid Rock. If she used the money to buy Beyonce tickets, I would say she was wrong, but I understand. You understand? I'd be like, I get it. You know, if she used the tickets to go see who am I thinking about? Metallica. It's wrong, but I understand. You get it? Even Chris Rock, if she used the tickets to go see Chris Rock, it's wrong, but I understand. Kid Rock? Bitch, you can't afford a Kid Rock ticket without using campaign funds. They shouldn't be that much. $25, $30, you should be able to get a front row seat at a fucking Kid Rock show. Who the hell is buying tickets to see Kid Rock? Okay. Say it again. Kid Rock is old rock now. It ain't no more Kid Rock. It's old Stone. The fuck? He ain't no rock. Old fucking Stone. I'm like, Kid Rock. Who the hell would get in trouble to go see Kid Rock? Like, make it make sense. I'm just trying to understand this. Because none of that makes any sense. Kid Rock. Not an Elder Pebble, listen. I'm perplexed where she went, ooh, Kid Rock's coming. We gotta get tickets. Like, before we even get to going to the show, the conversation that made her go, yeah, I wanna go see Kid. Like, I wanna be in the room when that conversation happened. That's what I said, Monica. It can't cost a lot of money to see Kid Rock. It's fucking Kid Rock. I don't even know no Kid Rock songs. Quiet as kept. Let me tell you when people started paying attention, real hardcore attention to Kid Rock, when he dated Pamela Anderson briefly. Because you know why? People were like, how the fuck did you pull Pam Anderson? That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. Nobody cared about Kid Rock then, and we still don't care about it. I want to know why Kid Rock is dressing like Daredevil. Because these days he's dressing like Daredevil from like the 70s and shit. I'm trying to figure out why he's dressing like what the fuck is going on with the bell bottoms and all the stars on the clothes. Like, what's really happening? Because he used to be a rebel, and then all of a sudden he turned into... Remember Justin Timberlake with that Man in the Woods shit? Justin Timberlake never came back from that shit. Never. 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 I never forgave him for the Janet Jackson shit. But after that bullshit, then he tried to do that Man in the Woods bullshit. Keep your punk ass in the woods. What they say, baby, bye, 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 bye. Good. Stay in the fucking woods. Yup, Justin Timberlake. I can't stand his ass. He was disinvited to any discussions, cookouts, anything after he left Janet Jackson, literally holding it all by herself and pretending he ain't had nothing to do with it. I ain't never forget that. I never forgot it, so I don't fuck with him. And and I hated what he did to Britney because he got mad that Britney moved on Then he comes out with an album and that punk ass dude gonna put Cry Me a River on it. It's like, get over it. Damn. It's like, the fuck? Get over it. Damn. You still whining about this fucking girl? We get it. That was your first piece of twaddle. You're so heartbroken. Move on. She did. Like, what? He was so heartbroken. I've got to write a song about this. Like, enough. He's toxic. He is toxic. I can't stand Justin Timberlake. Or fake. Because it's hard for me to even call him Justin Timberlake. Because Justin will be whoever he think he gotta be depending on who in the room. He's a chameleon. He's a chameleon. Real talk. Not I think he's closet. Low key. Listen, with them frosted tips back in the day, I don't doubt it. He thinks we forgot. I ain't forget. He went through a frosted tip phase. I never forgave them for it. Because I didn't like the frosted tip thing. I was annoyed that Jessica Biel married him. Because when she married him, then she stopped doing stuff. I was like, see, that's that bullshit. Yep, I remember the denim outfits. I remember. See, I remember. I've been around for a minute. I remember. Quiet as kept. I remember when people used to like the Backstreet Boys more than they liked NSYNC. And quiet as kept. The guys in Backstreet Boys were hot. Let's just keep it all the way above. The guys in NSYNC were not. Keep it all the way above. I'm not saying they were busted, but they wasn't the guys in Backstreet Boys. Especially the one with the dark hair and the little goatee thing. My God. Listen. Don't play with me. I used to be in here. Yeah, baby, I'm sorry. Baby, don't worry. I will be late. Don't stay up and wait for me. See the daddy. Listen. Oh, his name is Kevin. I never cared what his name was. Thank you, Nina. I just always used to say that dark-haired one with the little goatee. I never even cared what his name was. He's one of those guys I just say, shh, don't say nothing. Just stand there and look pretty. Because he does. That's a good-looking ass man. Okay? That's a good-looking ass man right there. He helped Backstreet Boys make up for a lot of the other things that I was like, I don't really care for that. But he cute, so I'll look at him. You know what I mean? See, I used to like The Call. The Call was my favorite joint from Backstreet Boys. The Call remix. And if I'm not mistaken, who was... I'm trying to think. Yeah, because it was done by the Neptunes. I couldn't remember. Yup, it was a Neptunes remix. That shit is fire. I used to be in the car. Yeah, baby, I'm sorry. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, yeah, baby, I'm sorry. Hello, hello. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Backstreet Boys, I used to love me some Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys was the shit. Not that I didn't like NSYNC. NSYNC has some good jams. Don't get me wrong. NSYNC had good songs. But I loved the fucking Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys had a lot of bangers. I still like these guys. I still like Backstreet Boys. I really always enjoyed them. Sometimes their styling was questionable. But for all boy bands back in the day, sometimes the styling was questionable. But Lord, that brunette, that dark-haired one with the goatee, Jesus. Listen, let me wrap up tonight. Look, I'm going to go be domestic. I'm going to go wash some dishes and put a couple more logs in the fireplace. And I need to wash I need to wash some clothes, but I don't feel like it. I'll do it tomorrow. Listen, I loved you all. Like I said, thank you for the likes, the shares. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters tonight as I wrap up. Number 1, beautiful Valerie. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, Javon. Thank you, Javon. I appreciate your support. I think this might be your first time here. Don't let it be your last time. Number 3, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, Russ. Number 4, handsome Kiera. Thank you so much, Kiera. And make sure you wear your mask in South Carolina after what I told y'all about that, the story earlier about the Patriot pox. Then, hey, number 5, beautiful Maribel Blue. Thank you so much, beautiful. And Maribel has a wonderful YouTube program. Check her out, follow her, and go watch her show. You will love it. Number 6, beautiful Kim. Thank you so much, beautiful. I want to say thank you to all the moderators for helping me out this evening. I appreciate it. I will see you all in the morning tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. Couple things. Don't forget the newest episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast comes out tonight at 7 o'clock. It's called the United States of Upsell. It's where I tell you about all the ways America has monetized so many things with your life. Listen to that podcast. The link is in my bio. It's free. You can listen to that podcast. It's on Patreon, Spotify, or YouTube. Okay? Listen to that. Listen, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, folks. Don't feed any trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent.